This is a good question. This is from Elizer. Forgive me if I'm saying your name wrong. It says this: so can you catch God off guard? And I recently watched an Alan Parr video where this was one of his arguments against the idea that you can fall away from the faith. But Alan kind of gave this idea that, well, why would God save you if he knew you're going to fall away? Why would he just not save you in the first place if he knew you were going to fall away? And anyway, what comes to my mind, Elizer, forgive me if I'm saying your name wrong, is Saul, King Saul. All right, why did God make King Saul the king? Did he not know that King Saul would mess up big time? Why didn't he just wait for David? And I think that basically answers your question. Because the way God does things is even though he does know all things, and like the Bible says in the book of Hebrews, all things were finished from before the foundation of the world, he lets things play out, if you will, naturally. And we see that with the instance of King Saul. I believe King Saul was the best pick at the time that he was picked. And so that's why God picked him to be the king. The Bible talks about he was like a very, very humble man, more humble than anybody else in the land. He had a great attitude, and all these things. And so he was the right pick. And I think this is a whole nother teaching, and I encourage you to go look at my my teaching on predestination. But you'd have to ask yourself that question too. Why did God pick Saul to be the king when he knew Saul was going to fall and David was going to be the real king, and David was going to be the one that would carry on the kingly line to Jesus? When Samuel even said to Saul, if you hadn't done this, your kingdom would have remained forever. And so you have to ask yourself, was that true? Would have Saul's kingdom remained forever if he would have been faithful? Yes, it would have. Now, and God would have known that before the foundation of the world. So anyway, you have to go to my teaching on that because it's pretty good.